Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show.
Well, today I'm going to move a little bit more with Eve, but not right away. You see, she was real good about standing. Horses get kind of antsy because people get in the saddle and they move out. Well, no, I'm not going to ask her to move out right away. Consistently going to ask her just to stand here and give her praise and make nice. I'm going to keep Angela at the head today because I'm still not real confident in this side saddle. I'm going to be working on it though with repetition, doing all of these obstacles, the easiest ones I hope first, and I'll always want to have teammates around to help me because remember I'm still kind of frail and will be even if I have my surgery for months after, but I'm hoping that after a few weeks after my surgery I'll be able to continue on with side saddle work, and my team will help me too because I don't want my horses just to sit around waiting for me. So yesterday we pointed out that G and Ha, right and left, seem to be a wiser thing to do with your horse than to go forward or even backward and then G and then Ha. Keep them focused on the request. Don't let them think that just because you're in the saddle they're going to go forward. And yesterday we had some fly problems. Today so far no problems. When Eve started getting all fidgety, I actually should have backed up a little bit and gone G and Ha and gotten her focused, but I was not real confident in the saddle, so instead Kyle helped me get off, and it was successful offing, and I may have to do it that way from time to time until I get Eve to understand that her job is to take me, her mommy, back to the place we mounted, which is designed to give me an easy on-off. So today all I want to do is, with Angela at the head, and she's got a arm extension because I don't intend to use it, the dressage whip, on, whoa, uh-oh, here's the cow. Oh, and there's the bull. Look at Eve's body language. Well, she knows the cows, so do we want to stop the camera and move the cows out? Remember, we're on a creek bank and my cows are in the corridor and the bull is walking by. Can you actually show that? That's an obstacle. I've got to keep her focused. I've got to make sure, whoop, easy now, that I can stay in the saddle balanced. You know, if I could swing my right leg over and have an astride leg, I'd feel much more comfortable, even without a stirrup there. And I may be doing that from time to time, but really my objective is to learn how to ride side saddle properly. Ride it in all these obstacles. Oh, here come the heifers. Can you show that too? Here they come. They get to wander around here. Oh, there they are. The black one is the papa, the first white one is the mama Susie, and then there's her baby Sela. And they're quite a nice family here. They're a wonderful addition to our herd. We enjoy them very much and we use them for cow work. They're great as live moving objects when we train my Morgan horses for cow work. But I give them as natural life as I can of browsing and grazing around here, day and night, even though we're in an urban rural setting and we don't have giant pastures, giant arenas, but we have comfy places that I keep as safe as I possibly can. And we're all a big, happy family of herds here. All right, well, they seem to be stopping in the corridor to munch on the ivy. Well, let's go for it. Okay, now I'm going to be looking overhead, then with a neck rein and a look to the left. I want to get that right sits bone on the right back of the saddle because I feel that that's the place to balance. By the way, Katie told me that when she was working the moving object in the arena, she wasn't comfortable either, especially at the trot. And she's an excellent rider, and She has a lot of experience, as do I, doing cow work with astride saddles. She said she still really wasn't comfortable yet. Will we ever get really comfortable after decades of riding astride? I don't know. Maybe people that have done both can give me some comments on my email, on my videos that I upload, because I look for them every time I upload something about side saddle, and I pay attention to every single issue and fact that's presented to me. Okay, the cows have moved on to another grazing area, and we're going to, I'd say at this point, if I can just go around this barrel and come back, I'd say that would be a nice baby step. Then eventually, maybe the next session, swerve around, to snake around the other two barrels as well. It requires good flexion, it requires focus, but not a lot of movement, which I'm not ready to do yet in the side saddle. I'm just moving around. Paul Fortuna said in his astride saddle he does that. Oh, she feels that. She feels that. I need to make sure I'm centered, facing forward, looking over her head. This leg hanging here feels very out of place. The stirrup is only a place here for my left ball of my foot to sit. I don't feel like I'm actually going to be using the stirrup. And here she goes again with the flies. So, all right, let's see if we can go around, Angela. Okay, step up, Eve. Looking where I'm going. Whoop. Yes, that was good. Am I going to feel like a wimp if I only do it once? When I think back on it tonight or later on this afternoon? No, I'm not. It's a baby step. It was great. Eve understood. And this time I'm back at my docking point. I got to get her to understand that her job's done. Not yet, but yes. Good girl. Good girl. And now I do have to hold on to things as I climb down because my legs are a little wobbly due to my arthritis. Thank you. I will always have team members here to help me until I'm totally confident that I know what I'm doing, that I'm comfortable doing what I'm doing, and that Eve knows what I'm doing and is comfortable with the weird feelings that we're having to get ourselves accustomed to doing side saddle, especially side saddle in the trail obstacles area. And that's all for today. Well, postscript today, we decided to have Angela try it. Angela doesn't have a lot of experience riding. She has been in an astride saddle, though, many times. And she went back on the barrel. I had to adjust Eve. We've got to work with Eve on small steps, but it wasn't hard. She's very calm today. No wind. We're okay. But we're wondering, if we don't have barrels, what are we going to do? What do people do? What have they done for centuries to get into a side saddle? Because that one stirrup is really too high for most of us to use, as you would in an astride saddle. Angela said that she has read that people generally use fences. And I'm assuming that it's a gentlemanly thing to have somebody help you. I'm assuming that you can just get a leg up into a side saddle, because I think that mounting is a whole other issue. And I haven't seen any YouTube films about it, but I'll keep looking every free moment that I have. Now, Angela, let me tell you, when I went around, she was excellent. We always have to be afraid, though, that something here is going to scare her, and make sure that you keep looking forward. You can kind of feel when you're in the center. You kind of feel like you fit, and that right sits bone should be on the right rear of the saddle. You feel it. And I'm going to let you look over her ears and tell her what to do with a clock and a walk and a step up. And then she was real responsive to the neck rating and looking where you're going. Try not to pull. This is a snaffle. Try not to pull. No direct reining was necessary when Eve understood the request. And I've got my arm extension here to be anything we need it for. It's a tool. Okay, and all we want to do is go around, so it's up to you to give her the cue.
Evie, step up.
Good. She's gonna start thinking, these rides are easy. Now, are you close enough to slide off? Yep. Okay. Kick that stir free, right. And we want Eve to get used to just being real patient. Yes, very good. This is a whole new procedure for her. She's done a lot of different things. In saddle, in harness, on lead line. She's really very versatile. And now she gets an A+ for today's very introductory lesson to side saddle circles. That's what we'll call it, side saddle circles. That's all for today. Well, another session with Eve. She's asleep. It's quiet. It's not windy. I'm going to get on and see if I can just go around a couple of these barrels this time. Last time we just went around one barrel. Both Angela and I did individually. The cows aren't around. There doesn't seem to be a lot of predators here. Evie is a wonderful horse for this kind of thing, but she does get scared when she perceives a predator. Back here in our obstacles area, which is on a creek bank. So I'm going to get on, see what I can do. Then I'm going to get off, and we have a new helper here, Ginger, who is going to get on, and she's going to tell us what she has learned about side saddles and has done in the past, because she is the only person that any of us know that has had side saddle experience. We've just been winging it, getting some input from people over the internet. So let's see how Evie feels about the usual mount procedure. Back here in the obstacles, each place we get on, we have a different way to get on. It's all right, Evie. And we're never sure, because we haven't done this often enough, how she has to come a step forward. So can we get her to come a step forward and yet keep her hip over? Whoop! No, too far. Yeah, I think, right, and maybe even, good. Maybe even a step back. How about a visual block, or use the crop? Whoa. Oh, I think that's going to work for me. Remember, you guys, that I'm the one that has a hip problem, which is going to have some surgery in a few weeks. But in the meantime, I feel that Eve is reliable enough, and we're doing things carefully enough that I can learn a little bit and show you what we're all learning about side saddle. Sits bone, right sits bone. On the right of the rear of the saddle. Left leg into the stirrup. Oh, and Angela's on the lead line, but I should be holding the reins, which I am. Little trouble getting the left leg in just because my left leg is kind of lame. Very lame. Okay, you want to turn it for me? And you know what? In the side saddle days, I think there were always helpers around. Whoa. Still, I feel a little bit uneasy on this thing. I just sure hope that my hip surgery allows me to ride astride again, but that's not gonna stop me from wanting to learn everything I know astride, aside. I really think everything that we do can be done aside. Okay, why don't you give me the crop in case I need it? Okay, what I'm going to do in my next little baby step, I'm not going to go all the way around this. We're going to go around that one and come back. Okay? Let's see if we can do that. And while we're doing this, Ginger's watching. She's seeing what we think we know, and maybe she'll be able to help us. Now, Eve is pretty good at neck reining, but we're still going to have Angela at the head, and I am going to double direct rein. And notice that Ginger brought us an English breast collar, and it fits really good. It looks great with this side saddle. Plus, we also have the double reins on in case Evie does get excited to get her vertical flexion. The double reins just sit on the neck unless you need them. Okay, now I'm going to try to get myself balanced. Step up. Step up. Still don't feel balanced, but so far so good. Look where I want to go. Ha. Back in line with the barrel. Whoa. Ooh, boy, when you feel unbalanced, you really feel unbalanced. We'll see what Ginger has to say about it. Well, another teeny weeny baby step. Evie was great. We're going to stop the camera for a minute. I'm putting the reins here around these horns. Evie was great. Ginger's going to get up on here and tell us what she knows, even if you don't move. She's going to put the helmet on. So we're going to stop the camera for a moment, and we'll turn it back on soon. Well, here's Ginger. She adjusted the saddle, made the cinches a little tighter, adjusted the stirrup for her size. You can see she's much shorter than me. We are going to have a better step up to the barrel, but for now, we think that she can negotiate it. And do you want to hold this as you mount?
Yeah.
Okay, and she understands from her experience that you need something for the offside leg.
All right.
And so we're using this riding crop.
It's been a good minute.
Or she's using the stirrup.
Okay.
Sits bone. Okay, yeah. Is that the... Go ahead. Concentrate on what you're doing.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, good. Now tell us how you feel, Ginger, up there.
It feels a little bit different because I'm used to riding, I guess astride is the correct term.
Uh-huh.
And having my leg up here, and my stirrup's a little long because usually my experience, your knee is supposed to be a lot closer.
Absolutely. Remember I said that my farrier is coming Tuesday. I've already reminded him twice. One of the responses I got from my shows up on YouTube and on Blip about my side saddle says that the farrier can bend that because it's a metal piece inside the bottom horn so that it fits better on the thigh. It doesn't fit any of us on the thigh. We're about an inch away. So we know that you need that.
Yeah, because your foot's supposed to, it like holds you in.
Right.
Because nothing else is there. It's the pressure that keeps you on the saddle.
Exactly. Okay, good. That's a confirmation of what we need to do on Tuesday. Yeah. Okay, now, any other comments about how we get up? How have you gotten up in side saddles in the past?
I'm trying to exactly remember. The other horse was a little bit bigger, and she was also really kind of round. So trying very similar to this, that you try to like sit down and then get your foot in the stirrup and then put your leg up. Because you need to push off of something. Yeah. You also have to be pretty quiet because, I mean, it's uncommon to have a horse that's very, very experienced in side saddle. Yeah. But it's not the most common way of riding. Right. So.
Okay, now on YouTube, I've seen, in beautiful dresses and outfits, I've seen people do cross country.
I believe it.
And I think you have experience in cross country.
Not necessarily cross country.
But stadium jumping.
I've jumped, yes, but never in a side saddle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, never.
Okay. Will we ever get there? Who knows? Yeah. One baby step at a time. Because it's hard enough to stadium jump or hunter jumper or cross country jump in an astride saddle. But I know it can be done. Go to YouTube and you'll see it done beautifully. Just a matter of staying off the saddle or leaning forward when you need to. Now, you saw how nice she was for me. Now, it could be that something here spooks her, so keep that in mind. You see the helmet is on, Ginger. Can you do the same thing I did?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And if you want to stop, let us know.
Okay. All right. I do have a question. Cue-wise, do you click or is like verbal commands?
Kind of we say step up.
Okay.
And then we look where we want to go. And then Angela is kind of joined up with her, so Angela will move. And yeah, a little click. Okay. We'll do it too, but we don't want her to go into a trot, so just a little click. Yeah.
Right. Okay, I'm ready.
And look where you're going.
Yep, step up. Put my shirts down. Okay. I'm going to be on YouTube.
Eve is a fast walker, and we're trying to get her to walk slowly while we're learning. Okay. Okay, now we're kind of too far away, but let's stop. Okay. Why don't you give us, if you're comfortable up there, to tell us how that felt?
It feels interesting because when I haven't been on a side saddle in a while, so when you're moving, you're always feeling like you're shifting to the left.
Yeah.
So it's just being very conscious of that you want to stay to the right.
Yes.
And also being conscious that you don't want to balance on their mouth.
Yes.
Just because you're trying to make up for the fact that you're off to the left.
Yes. Do you think if our horn, our bottom horn, is better adjusted toward our thigh, that feeling like you're going to the left will minimize?
Yes, I do think so, because right now it's like, it's kind of, because I don't have really like a base, I'm pushing down on my foot, versus like if it were shorter, I'd be pushing down on my foot, but I'd also be pushing up on this.
Yes, yes.
So kind of like holding myself in place.
I see it, I see it. Okay, let's, if you're comfortable to do it, maybe this time around all three and back, but try to line her up so that she can then slide off, okay? All right, we'll try again, our next baby step.
All right, sweetie, step up. Easy. There you go. Nope. Nope.
Try to line up when you get back to the starting barrel so that Eve understands what the right place is. I think she'll get used to just bringing us there.
There you go.
Okay, she's licking her lips. I think she's okay. Do you feel like you can slide off?
Yeah, I might have to step over a little bit, but I'm close enough.
Okay, all right. So just, I hold on to the reins or I put them around the horn.
Yeah.
And we do have Angela at the head. We will eventually get to doing this without somebody at the head, but
Yes.
that's for later.
Yeah, getting off is always very strange.
Yes, yes, okay. Okay, yeah, just be careful with our Mickey Mouse step up. We're going to do this better, we hope, by next time.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Okay, how did that second longer trip feel to you?
Good. I mean, she feels comfortable, but she does speed up, but I think that's just her getting comfortable.
She's the fastest walker of my three Morgans anyway, so maybe we'll get comfortable walking fast, or we'll get her with a little bit of tug to slow down. You know, to slow down in an astride saddle, you kind of put your pockets down in the saddle and kind of crouch a little bit. I haven't tried that yet with a side saddle. Do you think we'd have trouble cueing her with just our body weight and sitting on our pockets to get her to slow down?
I mean, no, not necessarily. I just feel like the more comfortable you are, the more weight you're able to do. Also, I remember though in past experience that after a while, sometimes you get almost in the habit of absorbing the shock by curving your back a little bit.
Yes,
so
but that's okay, right?
It's okay, but just remembering too to like sit up straight.
Okay,
you can
right.
Get
You don't want to fall over the neck. And then another thing we do on a stride, especially in Western work, is we bring our legs a little bit forward. And if she sees those legs coming forward, she knows, that she's supposed to put her weight on her haunches. She'll back up, she'll stop, whatever we then next ask. Oh, a little bit of excitement. Uh-oh. There must be a lizard around. Eve doesn't like lizards. All right, we've shown you our next step. We've shown you our progress. And I'm happy to say we're feeling better about side saddle ranch horse versatility. It's early June in Santa Cruz and it's pouring rain. So we're working in the square pen for getting ready for the farrier tomorrow, because I want him to adjust this bottom horn so that we can apply pressure with our leg that's under the horn to be able to push back properly so we don't always feel like we're falling over to the left. Okay, so I have this tool that I created with a little measuring tape. I've got my arm extension in case we feel comfortable to start moving. I'll ask you to hold it. You could also use it for a visual block if she starts moving. Now we've got our step up here. It's just a ladder, an A-frame ladder that I bought at my local hardware store. And here on this square pen ground, which is sand, it's real stable. We don't need to use our white rail, the vinyl rail platform, which we like to have available in case we're on the driveway or something like that, because when you step up on that ladder on the driveway, it feels unstable. We're getting to the point now where we're getting really confident that Eve's okay on it. We're going to make sure our tack is as good as it can be. And when I'm up in the saddle, if all is going well, I've measured the thickness of this. We guesstimated about 1 inch is what we need. I'm going to try to put this under here and see if that gives me the support that I want for the leg that's under that horn. Okay, so you feel like she's standing nice? It's all right. It's all right, Evie. Good. Tried to do that gently. And I'm not going to move out right away. I might not even move out at all. The idea is a horse should realize that when you're getting in the saddle, they need to wait for your request to move. Without any bend, any further bend or filler, you can't really use this bottom horn to apply pressure, which helps keep you centered in the saddle. A very important concept. So I just made a temporary filler about the size that we thought we would want to use. Yeah, and that's perfect. We're going to show our farrier tomorrow. But now I have to see, because we're learning this as well as Eve is learning it, is this going to give me the ability to push up and center my balance? Gosh, I feel good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask her to back up a couple of steps. Let's say 3 steps. We like 3, the number 3. Okay, I'm going to do it real carefully. But I'm going to be real clear with my body. And you know, when I want back, I want haunches. Look over her ears, a little bit of raise. E, back, back, back. Whoop. 2.5 steps. Yeah, I felt like I was being pushed in the saddle, losing my balance. And I think that's something I'll learn how to do with the correct horn that gives me some place to push against. Okay, I'm going to do it again. This time I want 3 full steps if I can. E, back, back. Whoa, very nice. Yeah, no, definitely it's feeling better. But it's going to be something that I have to learn. Yeah, it's all right. Feel comfortable with astride saddle riding after 40 years of it. It's really a very, very new experience, side saddle riding. And by the way, I looked it up. I looked it up on Google yesterday, mounting a side saddle. And although I didn't see any videos on it, there was a paragraph on it, and I sent it to all my helpers. They said, very often you use a mounting block. So we're doing just right. Very often you have a helper. So it's nice to always have a helper as well.
See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.